one question about the less focus on less than obsess.
Yeah.
So you taught your son, and your son had the belief of, I'm always at the right time, at the right place,
The right place at the right time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what do you mean with obsessing? Is it like, he's thinking like, hey, I should be on the right place? Can you explain it a little bit? I know it's not, but let's just explain it to the listener.
Yeah. So you don't have to obsess with your conscious mind. But we think we are just our conscious minds, and our conscious minds are actually relatively primitive compared to the superconscious mind, the subconscious mind. For instance, the conscious mind, the one that you and I are, thinking with and communicating with right now, can process about 40 bits of information per second. So when I listen to you with my conscious mind, the question you're asking, I'm processing, thinking how I'm going to answer that, which is cool. 40 things in 1 second, boom, 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 right? It's pretty good. But if you obsess with your conscious mind, right, then you become obsessive compulsive because you're always thinking about it. You don't have to do that. You've got to think about it a few times a day with your conscious mind, what you want. But then what you're doing, the conscious mind is the conduit to go program the superconscious mind. The conscious mind is the conductor of the orchestra. It's not playing the instruments. The conscious mind is the coach. It's not playing the sport out on the field or the court. It's coaching. And so we coach the superconscious, and the superconscious is really taking over, obsessing about it, because it's like, oh, Özlem told us this is, I'm playing the superconscious mind now. Özlem told us that this is really important. Make it happen for her. And the superconscious mind, scientists estimate it can process 40 million bits of information per second. Like, it's making your heart beat, it's creating all the chemical interactions in your body. It's hearing things. Like, I've got a fan that's blowing off to my right. I don't hear it consciously right now, but my superconscious hears it, right? It notices the weight of my shirt on my shoulders, right? It's got everything, and it's got so much capacity. It can send a signal just like a cell phone can call. I can get on my cell phone and call you and have a conversation, and it's going through the ethers. Well, your superconscious mind can do that. That's why we have these coincidences. We think they're coincidental, but they're really just synchronicity, right? We're needing help from somebody. The superconscious mind identifies that person, and that person somehow emails us or shows up, or crazy things. I had a guy email me, and he said, I've had tons of emails of like incredible stories, but this guy, he emailed me, he said, I just have to tell you this story. He goes, I had a dream last week, and for some reason, the name Tom McCarthy kept coming up. And he goes, someone I'd never even heard of. I mean, he was a guy somewhere on the East Coast. And he said, so I woke up and I told my wife, like, look up Tom McCarthy, because I don't know who he is, but somehow, I'm supposed to learn something from him. Yeah. And there's a Tom McCarthy who's like a director and an actor. And so that name came up. But anyways, his wife said, there's this Tom McCarthy that wrote a book called The Breakthrough Code. And so he ended up getting that book from a dream, right? From a dream, and read the book. And he said it shifted his life. He was a guy who had gone through some hardships, had been a Marine, had some physical difficulties, had kind of given up a little bit on life. And now he's back in control of his life. How the hell did that happen, right? I have no clue, other than the fact that somehow his mind and my mind connected, or somebody's mind connected with him and planted that name, my name, in his consciousness, where he took action and got the book, and now his life has shifted.